Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to calculate number of signals in proton NMR spectroscopy and we'll see what is chemically equivalent protons and chemically non-equivalent protons. As you can see here, it is part 2 video. In part 1 we have already calculated the how to determine the structure of unknown molecule by using proton NMR spectroscopy, and if you want to see that video you can find the link of that video in the description box of this video. The video is useful for MSc Chemistry students and for those who are going to appear for CSIR NET and GATE examination. It is going to helpful for you. So while we are waiting for, let's begin. Number of signals, first of all, are dependent on the chemically non-equivalent proton. So for that we'll see first what is chemically equivalent proton. Chemically equivalent proton means the protons which are in the same chemical environment and will show you the same signal and will give you the same chemical shift value. We'll understand this by taking the example benzene. All 6 protons of benzene are in the same chemical environment and therefore will give you the same signal. You'll get one signal for this. Similarly, for acetone, you have 2 different set of protons here, but both methyl groups are in the same environment of carbonyl and therefore are chemically equivalent and will give you one signal. Moreover, you have a plane of symmetry with respect to this carbonyl, and if any molecule is having plane of symmetry or axis of symmetry, then the molecule is considered to be, the protons are considered to be chemically equivalent protons. Now, chemically non-equivalent proton means chemically distinct protons and will give you the separate peak. So, we'll see first this example here. You have again 2 different set of protons, 2 methyls are there. We need to see whether these 2 are chemically equivalent or non-equivalent. You can see one methyl is in the environment of carbonyl while the other methyl is in the environment of oxygen. So, the 2 methyls are chemically non-equivalent and will give you a separate signal. So 2 signals you will see for this molecule. Now for this para substituted benzene, both sides you have methyl groups. So we'll see whether these 2 methyls are chemically equivalent or non-equivalent. You can see here both methyls are in the same chemical environment, therefore chemically equivalent and will give you the same signal. Similarly, all 4 protons of aromatic ring are in the environment of methyl and considered as chemically equivalent will give you the same signal. So total 2 signals, one for 6H proton methyl and other is for 4H of aromatic ring. Now we'll apply this concept to solve the problem. In this problem you have 2 chemically distinct proton, therefore you will get 2 signals. One is in the environment of Cl, other is in the environment of CH2. In this problem you have 3 different set of protons. We'll see whether these 2 methyls are chemically equivalent or non-equivalent. As you can notice, both are in the environment of CH2, so the 2 are chemically equivalent and will give you the same signal. And so total 2 signals, one for the 2 methyl group and other is for CH2. Here again you have CH2, 2 protons attached to the same carbon with respect to this double bond, and other side you have 2 methyl group attached to the same carbon. So basically we need to find the 2 protons which are attached to the same carbon is either chemically equivalent or non-equivalent, and you can notice here both the protons are in the same environment of methyl, therefore are chemically equivalent and will give you the same signal. Similarly, the 2 methyls are in the environment of 2 protons here, so chemically equivalent and will give you the same signal. So total 2 signal for this molecule. Here you have one signal for methyl, other is for the HC which is attached to this carbon, chemically distinct, and we need to find out now the 2 protons with respect to this carbon CH2. The 2 are chemically equivalent or non-equivalent. As you can see with respect to this double bond, one is in the environment of methyl, or you can see it is cis to the methyl, and other HB proton is trans to the methyl. So therefore we can say the 2 protons are chemically non-equivalent and will give you the separate signal. So total 4 signal. And the trick is whenever you get a alkene molecule, you have to open all the protons to identify whether it is all the protons are chemically equivalent or non-equivalent. 3-dimensionally so that you can easily see and compare cis and trans. In this problem, you have three different set of protons, and you can notice all the three are chemically non-equivalent. The two methyls, one methyl is in the environment of carbonyl, the other methyl is in the environment of CH2. So the two methyls are chemically non-equivalent, will give you the separate signal. So 1, 2, 3, total 3 signals will be there. In this molecule, you can notice here the molecule is having the plane of symmetry. So we'll get only two signals, one for the methyl, other is for the CH2. But the peak area will be 6H and 4H for this. Other half is giving you the same signal. So two methyls are chemically equivalent and the two CH2 are chemically equivalent. Similar problem, the two CH2 are here chemically equivalent and having the plane of symmetry. So it is giving you one signal. All the protons of cyclopentane are chemically equivalent, will give you one signal. In this problem, we have to see whether the three methyls which are attached to the same carbon, we call it tertiary butyl group, is having the same chemically equivalent or chemically non-equivalent. So if you see all the three methyl in the same environment of carbon, so we'll consider all are chemically equivalent and will give you the same signal for 9H proton. One for the CH2 and other this methyl is in the environment of oxygen will give you the separate signal. So total 3 signals you will get. Now this aromatic example which is metadie substituted by methyl group, and we know that methyl is doesn't shift the chemical shift value much. So we can assume that the three protons on the aromatic which are together will give you almost the same chemical shift value, and we can say it is giving you the same signal. And then the two methyls are chemically equivalent will give you a same signal. The third signal you will get for the proton which are aromatic proton which are in the environment of the two methyls. So total 3 signals. Here again this is ortho disubstituted aromatic ring by hydrocarbon only. If you notice then the this molecule is having again the plane of symmetry with respect to this, you can see. So other half is going to be the mirror image of this first half. So basically you will get the 3 signals overall. So we can say with respect to ortho disubstituted, all the 4 protons of the aromatic are chemically equivalent almost, will give you the same signal, and the 2 CH2 with respect to this ortho disubstitution are chemically equivalent, will give you the same signal, and the third is for this CH2 proton, the 2 protons on this carbon chemically equivalent, all are in the environment of proton, 3 signals. In this problem, all the 4 are chemically distinct and therefore you are giving 4 signals here. In this problem as well, you have one signal for aromatic, other for the proton which is attached to this carbon having aromatic, and this is CH2. Now this CH2, the 2 protons are whether chemically equivalent or non-equivalent. You open this structure like I have done here, and in that way you can see one H is in the environment of hydrogen, the other hydrogen is in the environment of aromatic ring, or it is closer to the oxygen here. So therefore the two are chemically non-equivalent and will give you a separate signal. Here again, if you get any problem with which is having 3, 4, 5 or any membered ring, you open the protons to find out the position above and below the plane, and then you can find out the chemical equivalence and non-equivalence. In this example, you can see the molecule is having the axis of symmetry, and so only half of the molecule is going to show you the signal. So 2 distinct environment, you will get 2 signals. Nitrobenzene, you can see nitro being an electron withdrawing group. We'll see how many signals we are getting. One signal for the ortho protons, the 2 protons are chemically equivalent Hc and therefore will give you 1 signal. The 2 proton Hb will give you 1 signal, are chemically equivalent, and the third signal for the para to the nitro group. So total 3 signals you will get here. Now in this para disubstituted, one side you have methyl, other side you have Cl, right? So one signal for methyl, other signal for Hb which is ortho to the CH3 are chemically equivalent. The 2 Ha protons are in the environment of Cl, therefore will give you the same signal. So total 3 signals you can find for this molecule. Here all the 4 distinct environments, so 4 signals. Now in this molecule, you have three different set of protons. So you will assume that it should give three signals. But if you notice that this center carbon is chiral carbon having four different ligands here, CH3, HCl and CH2Cl. And if you have any CH2 group which is having adjacent carbon is chiral, then the CH2 protons are called diastereotopic protons. And so they will give you a separate signal in the NMR. Diastereotopic protons gives a separate signal in proton NMR. So total 4 signals you will get for this molecule. This is again another trick to identify diastereotopic proton, which is again one of the most important topic for MSc and any competitive exam, that how to identify this. You just have to see whether the adjacent carbon is chiral or not. Now this three-membered ring having one methyl and rest is proton, we need to find how many signal. So one is the methyl, other is the Hb proton, 2 signal. We need to see now the 2 protons which are above the plane are chemically equivalent or not. You can notice the Hc protons are in the environment of CH3, therefore considered to be chemically equivalent. Similarly, below the plane protons Hd are in the environment of Hb, so chemically equivalent. So total 4 signals you will get for this molecule. Moreover, you can draw a plane of symmetry, and we know if you have a plane of symmetry in any molecule, the equivalent portion will give you the same signal. This is the last problem of today's discussion. You have a cyclobutanol example. We need to find out how many signals are present for this molecule. As you can notice here, you have a plane of symmetry with respect to this OH group. So we need to see that how many signal, one for OH, other for the CHB, and then the 2 protons at C are chemically equivalent in the environment of OH. The 2 protons HD are in the environment of HB are chemically equivalent, will give you a separate signal. And this is above the plane, again in the environment of HC both. So HE a separate signal and HF a separate signal because it is in the environment of below the plane HD and HB. So this CH2, the 2 protons are chemically non-equivalent. Similarly, the other 2 CH2, the protons are chemically non-equivalent, CD, and will give you a separate signal. But the 2 CH2 are chemically equivalent because of the plane of symmetry. So total, if you calculate, it is 6 signals. So that's it for today. I hope you understood the concept how to calculate the number of signals with the help of proton NMR, and this is going to be very helpful to solve any problem related to proton NMR and structure determination of unknown molecule. Happy learning. See you.